everyone! Welcome, welcome. I hope everyone is having a great start to your week. You had a great Monday and had fun with Monday's project and feeling excited for what we're going to do today. So not too many announcements. Remember that we do not have any projects for this Friday and this Thursday because you have your FNP tests. So there won't be any new projects for those days. Just focus on your FNP tests. Make sure you're practicing your reading. You guys got this. Also, make sure your mom, dad, family, grandma, grandpa, whoever is filling out the parent survey for remote learning. So remind them, tell them to fill out their survey so we can make remote learning perfect for you guys. And that is all my updates. And now I think we're ready to start today's project. So today we're going to be experimenting with making shapes in our art. Take a piece of paper right now, pause this video, grab your pen, and write down all the shapes you can think of. Go grab your paper and pen, write down every single shape that you can think of. Go! And when you're done writing down your shapes, unpause this video. So now that you have wrote down all the shapes that popped into your head, think about how you could make a picture or a design out of those shapes. What could you do to create art with just shapes? Only shapes, nothing else. What do you think? What are some ways you can organize the shapes to create art? Are they going to overlap? Are they going to touch each other? How are you going to arrange them on your paper to create art? I'm really excited to see how these are going to come out, but before we start working on our art, we're going to take a look at two artists' work and how they use shapes in their artwork to create their awesome designs. So let's take a look. So here we have two artworks one is by Pablo Picasso and the one on the bottom is by Kandinsky. So, initial noticings. What do you notice about the way that these artists incorporated shapes into their artwork? What's different about the ways they incorporated shapes in their artwork? What's different about how each of them made their art? What shapes do you see in their artwork? And don't forget, if you need time to think and you want to think deeply about what I'm asking, you can always pause this video and continue to think and press play when you're ready to go on. What do you notice that's similar about the way they made their art? What's similar? What's kind of the same about the way they made their art? What colors are you seeing? Is this artwork sparking any ideas or inspiration for you, for your own artwork? If so, what ideas are you thinking about? What might you want to do with your own artwork? So, these two artists made lots of different interesting artwork that incorporated shapes into their art. And as we can see, they're very different, right? Kandinsky is kind of more using shapes very apparently in his artwork. And with Pablo Picasso, it kind of more looks like a picture to me. Looks like people, different things happening. But I don't see any pictures or story in Kandinsky's work, just the bottom one. So two very different and interesting ways of using shapes in artwork. So now we're going to start our very own. Before we do that, I want to remind you that I'm not showing you this artwork so that you could create your artwork in the same way. This is just two artists' ways of creating art, but everyone has their own different unique ways of making art, as we can see. Their art is very different from one another, and mine will probably be different than yours, and yours different than the next person. And that's what's so special about art. We all have our own unique ways of making it. Let's get started. Guys, now is our time to create. So you're thinking to yourself, how might I create a drawing or a picture only using shapes? So what are some ways you could arrange shapes in a drawing? Maybe have them overlap or connect, or do you want to make a picture with using those shapes? What do you want to do? How can you put shapes in an arrangement that creates a drawing or a picture? I'm so excited to start working on these. I'm going to work right alongside with you as always. But remember, I'm not expecting your work to look like mine. Everyone has their own way of creating, right? We learn from each other and we get inspired from each other, but I'm not expecting you to have to copy my work in any way. This is your time to explore. This is your time to get creative. So our goal by the end of the class today is that we're exploring and experimenting with including shapes and making a drawing out of shapes for today. So you're having an experience and seeing what happens when you connect shapes or put shapes near each other and how you can create art with all different shapes. So we looked at shapes, we thought about all the different shapes we could think of, we checked out other artists' work who use shapes in their art, and now it is our turn. We're going to create our very own drawings with shapes. And if you would like to use pen, you can. If you want to use pencil, you can. If you, doesn't really matter what kind of paper you want. I'm using lined paper, that's what I have at home, that's what I usually use. But if you have white paper or colored paper, that's great too. And if you want to add color to your drawings and use like crayon or colored pencil, that works wonderful, but whatever you have at hand is perfect. Alright guys, I'm going to put on some music and let's get started. I'm looking for some good music to help us get our ideas flowing. I love listening to music when I make my art. That sounds nice. Maybe I'll switch it. So if you haven't done so already, you should have your paper, your materials, grab them, get ready to go, get ready to start. And you're brainstorming your ideas on how you want to make your drawing with shapes. Here we go. So I don't really have an exact idea of what I want to do. I'm kind of just going with it right now. And I'm thinking I might try to make a design rather than a picture drawing. But if you want to make a drawing, kind of like Pablo Picasso, how he made people out of shapes, that is super cool too. There's no one right way to create. now I'm kind of just going step by step and seeing where each shape takes me. I don't really have an exact method for what I'm doing. I'm just kind of exploring and experimenting. As artists, it's always great to explore new things and see what we discover. And if you're not happy with how it's going, think about what you can do to change it so that you feel more satisfied with your work. What do you notice is happening on your paper so far? What shapes have you already created on your paper? So far, I've made a lot of little triangles and rectangles in my design that I'm creating. But I kind of want to change it up, so I'm going to try, after these big triangles that I'm adding, I'm going to try to change that and try to incorporate some different shapes. Because I want to make sure that I have a lot of variety in my work. Now, what can I do to make sure it's more varied with shapes? Okay, so that's not a triangle, that's something different. Cool. Kind of starting to look like a flower. I don't know what's happening. Now I need to think for a minute what I want to add next. I'll make these like really long triangles. I don't know about you, but drawing these different designs is really relaxing to me. It makes me feel so calm and peaceful. I really enjoy it. How's your experience with drawing designs with shapes or pictures with shapes? How's it going for you? Are you enjoying making shapes? Are you discovering that it's not your favorite way to create art? What are you noticing as you work? Now I need to think for a minute. What do I want to add next? I'll keep going with these little half circles. They're kind of fun to make. I'm really liking making these little half circles. I think I might even make another round of them. Just exploring which directions I want to take. And I'm taking it step by step. I don't really have a plan for what I'm doing. I'm just exploring and having fun with it. I think I'll color in some of these little half circles that I made. If you want to add color, you can too. But if you want to stick with black and white, that is totally okay. I think I'm sticking with black and white for mine. Do you have a strategy for what you're doing, or are you just taking it step by step? Or do you have an end goal for what you want to make with your shapes? I don't really have an end goal with what I want to make with my shapes. I'm kind of just exploring. But if you have an idea of what you want the finished product to look like, that's totally awesome too. And think about the steps you need to take to get to that finished product that you want. I'm gonna run out of room on my paper soon. Uh-oh. I like how that colored in effect looks on some of the half circles that I made, so I think I'm gonna color in some more spots after I finish this. Which ones do I want to color in? Maybe this one. Alright, so I've got a lot done, and I'm just going to take a step back for a minute and look at what I've done so far. And I'm going to think to myself what I need to add next, or what I think I want to add next. And like I said, I don't have a exact end goal, so I'm not thinking about a specific way that this needs to end up, but I'm just thinking what I feel are some good additions to what I've done so far. And I'm just thinking about that for a minute. Take a step back and look at your art too. Think about what next steps you want to take. What's gone really well so far? And what are some things that are a little more challenging that maybe need more work? And if you notice some spots that need more work, what can you do to make yourself feel more satisfied with your art? What can you do to your work? I really like how the addition of some shaded in spots are working with it. I'm liking that. I think I might do some more things like that. Maybe I'll shade this part a little lighter. Some variety in shading. So it's not all the same value like we talked about in our last projects. Different values. Yeah, I'm liking how that's looking. So we have about 2 more minutes. As always, if you need more time with your art, by the end of this video you don't feel finished, you can continue working. That's totally cool. No rush at all. Alright guys, great job today, great artistic effort. That was so much fun. This is how my shape design turned out. I think I might add some more things and build it all the way out to the end of the page. Yeah, I think I'll definitely add a little bit more shapes. But I hope you had fun creating your drawings with different shapes today. I would love to see all the amazing things you did today. So remember, you can upload a photo of your work on Google Classroom in the ceramics section. Or you can email me a picture of your work. My email is right in the ceramics section for you of our Scholar Talent Google Classroom. So if you're looking for that, that's right there for you. So you can send me the things you're making and we can talk about your work. But great artistic effort. I had so much fun. I hope you had fun and had fun exploring our creativity today and just going with it. Let our artisticness just take over, right? Give me a big high five. Great job, lovies, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.